Hello again, welcome back to another video from HP Gaming's GameLINK. My name is Matt and today we are doing an unboxing double shot from Good Games Publishing. We're going to be taking a look at Fluttering Souls and Fairy Season, two brand new games from Good Games Publishing, designed to play in a very short space of time. One of them is a two-player card drafting style game, and this one is a trick-taking game where you play goblins trying to attract fairies to steal their magics and put them to your own dastardly deeds. We're going to start with Fluttering Souls though, and we'll have a look and see what's in the box. These ones here are new products that have just come out. We're looking forward to seeing how they go. I think this one is designed more as a filler style game. You set up an array of beautiful butterflies and then obviously draft cards one at a time. It is only designed for 2 players, but will be a good game. Sorry, plastic on the floor. Be a good game to fill in while you're waiting for something at a restaurant or sitting in a bar. It's something tiny that I think you can take with you pretty much anywhere. And I do really like the artwork on the box. The box is quite durable. Whether or not you need to take that with you, we'll see how we go. So I'll put that one just over there. Inside the game box, it's very simple. All you have is literally a rule sheet, deck of cards, and these little heart-shaped tokens as well. That's it. There's not much to this game, and I think even though there's not much to the game, I actually like the simplicity of it. It's pretty straightforward. We'll come back to those tokens in a second. The rules leaflet is literally just that. It looks like it's just one page, literally one A4 sheet of rules on how to play. One thing that appeals to me about this game is the theming, even though there's not a lot to it. The idea that this Japanese legend of the butterflies are a way to be visited, or collecting butterflies, or worshipping the butterflies is a way to be visited by the white butterfly, which is the soul of a lost loved one. It's a nice little thematic twist to the game. It just makes it a little bit more unique. Rules pretty straightforward. We don't need to go into those. We'll talk about those another time on a playthrough. Now, I think the best part about this game, apart from the theme that I really like, is the artwork. So from what I've seen, there are 2 mini decks, I guess. It doesn't require a lot of cards for a game, for this game I should say. Plastic on the floor, it's not coming open. There are 2 mini decks of cards. So the first deck of cards, looking at these, are simply layout design cards like that. So you would literally shuffle up the cards here. You would then choose one layout and you would lay out those cards in that formation. Now the white cards here are face up, placed face up. The black cards are placed face down, and there is an assortment of these here. I think it looks like there's about 15, a quick count through, 15 different arrangements, and one of those will be set up each round. So they're set up different each time you play, and that's where the strategy, I guess, comes into it as well. But here, these cards here are what it's all about. These are the butterfly cards, and the butterfly cards are, quite simply put, absolutely amazing. The artwork is really gorgeous. If I can get a set of some of these together, because I believe there's 5 different types of butterflies that are available to collect in different arrangements. There's 21 cards total. But if you look at some of these here, you'll see what I'm talking about. They look absolutely amazing. Yeah, so you can see all the different sizes. You've got the great egg fly, the swallowtail monarch, the blue morpho, which is particularly rich in colour, and of course the 88, which is not because there's 88 of them in the deck, it's because they have little 88 symbols on the wings. Not much more to it than that. Each of the cards has a little marker down the side to indicate how many copies of each card are in the deck, but when you set up the game you'll find 2 cards go missing, so that you never know exactly how many of each card are available until the end of the round. Great artwork. We'll make sure we get some close-ups of those for you as well. In fact, where's my blue monarch? There we go. He's going to go on display there because it just looks cool. And then of course you've got little tokens themselves. To be honest, if you're taking it with you, would you need the box? Probably not. Would you just take the 2 sets of cards and call it a day? The silica gel we don't need. The tokens, the scoring tokens, you could probably just keep scoring in your head. You probably wouldn't need to take them with you if you're traveling light. Literally the whole thing can fit in your pocket and off you go. The tokens themselves are beautifully carved. They've got a nice weight to them. I mean, they're nothing special. I guess the special isn't what it isn't the components and the quality of the components. The special part of this is what they symbolize. Obviously it's a point token for the game, but for the purposes of the theme, it's the soul of someone who you've lost along the way, coming to visit you, which I think is quite a little fantastic little moment if you're playing this with that mindset. But the tokens themselves, yeah, quite nice. Nothing to write home about, but they're nothing. They're of a decent quality. The cards themselves, you know, they're okay too, I guess. The artwork is great, but the cards probably could be on a bit of a thicker card stock. They just feel quite standardy, standard sort of playing card size. There's nothing. There's no snap to them, I guess, but that's okay. Even then, even that. Doesn't worry me too much because the artwork is really, really good too. And that's that for Fluttering Souls. That's pretty straightforward. It's a lovely little game. I tell you what we'll do, we'll clear up this here and then we'll come back to you with Fairy Season and we'll open that one as well. All right, just bear with me for a few moments. By all means, go make a coffee, hit pause and come back in a little bit. Cheers. Welcome back. We are back now and we're going to unbox Fairy Season. This is also from Good Games Publishing. This gun is designed for 3 to 5 players. Again, it's designed to be a quick playing game, more of a trick taking game, reminiscent of things like Whist in the old style as well. But I think the artwork, another one, this artwork on this is going to be quite fantastic as well. Let's open up and have a look and see what we've got. It looks quite nice. The different fairy art looks good from the back of the box. The art cover, obviously it's a bit more substantial than Fluttering Souls was, but it looks quite nice in terms of the actual artwork. It's on the cover of the box too. Ooh, and there's some foil art on the box too, on the floor. The foil art on the box is really quite nice. You've got little raised details for the goblins, the fairies, and of course the text as well. I actually really like that. That's one thing that the Fluttering Souls box didn't have. I think it just makes it pop a little bit more. It's going to stand out on the shelf, and who knows, maybe that'll make you want to give it a bit of a spin more often. Okay, here we've got a bit of a rule book here. A bit more substantial than obviously Fluttering Souls. It's actually a rule book. It gives you examples on how to play, how to catch the fairies as well, how to do the setup. People have got to stash hands, things like that as well. Excuse me. Rules of hunting fairies. And then you've got all the different traps and things as well, endgame scoring, frequently asked questions as well. Which I think is nice. It's really simple, concise. There's a couple of special rules on there too, which, you know, obviously are open to interpretation. Inside the box, not a lot. Again, it's probably unnecessarily large a size box, literally to accommodate the rule book. Inside you've got what looks like 1 deck, 2 decks of cards, although I do like that the artwork on the box carries through on the inside here as well. So you've got a nice sort of tree set up inside, forest obviously where the fairies are found. It's better than the bland sort of just standard cardboard insert that we're seeing in so many games these days. That's actually quite nice. I really like that. It's a nice little feature, nice little touch. Okay, cards, because hey, it's a card game. That's what it's all about. So let's have a bit of a look and see what we've got in here. Open her up. Plastic goes on the floor. Some on that side too for good measure. I like the back. The art back, so the cards is quite nice. It's the same on both. Fairy Season, you can see little fairies hunting or popping through the trees here. There's one down the bottom, some up here. The actual tree theme as well on the artwork on the backs of the cards is the same liner of what's inside the box a little bit, so it carries through. It's concise and consistent. And it looks like we've got different cards, different fairies. So autumn fairies, summer fairies as well. These look like spring fairies. It looks like they go numbering 1 through 8 in each suit, I guess, for lack of a better term. Sorry, maybe they go up more than that. Maybe it looks like there's 1 to 8, I think it is, from looking at these cards here. Could have it wrong. Let me know in the comments if I've got it wrong. No, 1 to 8. And then you've also got the winter fairies. Obviously they're all seasonal. And then you've got some trap cards, different goblin cards. Obviously they allow you to obviously mess around with the other players and their point totals. And then in amongst this, and this is where it's really cool, in amongst this we have the Royal Fairy cards. Now these Royal Fairy cards, if you attract and trap enough fairies, the Royal Fairies will come and try to rescue them. And obviously therefore you might as well trap the Royal Fairies as well and score yourself some extra bonus points too. And they obviously have more defined artwork, not as generic as the other ones. I mean, this one, the Fairy Prince is riding an owl, which is very cool. And then you've got the Fairy King, who's got a Gandalf style beard and pretty much a scepter to match too. Fairy Queen looks like she's wearing a mask, and then you've got the Fairy Princess, who is casting a spell as well. So we'll pop the Fairy Princess, Fairy Prince, Queen and Fairy King all there on display for you. Again, cardstock, bit standardy, bit samey. It could have been a bit more defined, but I guess they're trying to mass produce this as quick as possible. The game looks like it plays pretty straightforward. It's literally just a card game, a trick-taking game, where if you have the highest number, obviously you score the points for that trick, and obviously different trap cards allow you to mess with your opponents and thwart them from getting the most points. Looks like it'd be a little bit of fun. You need a minimum of 3 players to play the game, and I'm assuming that's because you need so many people to play cards off of. And obviously have an idea of, you know, which cards are on the table, which numbers have already been played, and obviously that's where the strategy comes into play as well, I would imagine too. Looks simple enough, looks pretty straightforward, looks like it would be something that you could play with junior gamers as well. Fluttering Souls, if you forget about the theme, yeah, sure, you can play that with the younger player as well, but obviously the theme that comes into play there could be a little bit not morbid, it depends if you've recently lost any loved ones. Obviously it's a bit of a different thing altogether. But there you have it. This is the contents of Fairy Season, and then you have here obviously Fluttering Souls, both by Good Games Publishing here in Australia, and looks like they're going to be around for some time. So check out our store page. We are stocking both of these games. They are available to order right now. You can get your copy straight away. They are already in stock and ready to ship. So get online, check those out, and obviously if you have any questions, again, put them in the comments below. If you have any suggestions on things you'd like us to see us unbox, or any games you'd like to know how to play, by all means please comment below, or hit us up online at hpgaming.com.au, and we'll see you at the table next time for some more fun, and keep gaming. Cheers, bye for now.